Best Ancients to Medieval Era Wargame. Cradle of Civilization. Dawn of Battle. In Strategies and Tactics, Mediterranean Empires. Against the Odds, Rome, Inc. And The Grass Crown. Welcome to No Enemies Here, the show where you get your news for wargaming goodness or conflict simulation goodness. Hey, how are you people? Another show here happening, 5 years in the running, and as you've seen, I had an opening with this one of the categories in the CSR. And this is going to go on throughout the show, okay? So this is to pump up the CSRs. There's new management. It looks good on my side. I think it's great. A lot of work to be done. Things are going to be changing again next year. If you want to know a little bit more of what's going to be changing, watch everything you wanted to know about War Games, but we're afraid to ask last week's edition on ARDWULF'S Lair's channel. And a lot of good things, a lot of participation, a lot of great ideas from the comments, the peanut gallery. Good stuff. We're good people all there, all very, very constructive. A lot of funny stuff. Obviously, you have to have funny stuff, because if it ain't funny and if you don't have a good time in life laughing, well then, it's a short life. You want to be miserable, be miserable. You want to have a good time, at least the ride is nice. You know what I'm saying? So we got a packed show for us today, and Wojennik is in. There is Ricardo the Professor. He's in. I'm waiting for Dave, and I'm waiting for KilRoy. KilRoy. He doesn't want to be part of the team, the guy. What can I tell you? I know Dave's got a new baby. He's busy. But KilRoy, what does he have? What does he have? Everybody's grown up. He's got nothing to do in the day. I know. I text him every single day. So, what can I tell you? Other than that, don't forget the Harold Con, HISTCon in San Diego, in California. Carl Kreider from the War Game Boot Camp, for God's sakes. Sorrel Kreider. And Tim, his partner in crime, will be there also. It should be a great time. I wish I could be there, but I can't. I'd love to check out California, you know, and I don't know, have some sushi. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, I'm gonna shut up. Lots of stuff to do. Have a good show. Be nice. Best Early Gunpowder War Game. Bayonets and Tomahawk. The French and Indian War. Command and Colors Samurai Battles. Granada. And Lepanto.
Hello, this is Riccardo Masini, and this time the greatest day in history and games is November 10, 1775, the birthday of the Continental Marines, the predecessor of what we now know as the US Marine Corps. This naval infantry contingent, traditionally embarked on military ships and trained in boarding actions, was conceived to attack the British garrison in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Even if this assault did not happen, the Marines fought first at Princeton 1777 and then in various actions in Maine and on the Mississippi River. At the end of the War of Independence, however, the US Navy had too few ships in service, and so the first Marines units were gradually disbanded. In 1798, too, a new plan for a naval rebuilding led to the reforming of a naval infantry force, and that would be the US Marine Corps we now know. The first crisis that required the intervention was not far away in the future, since in 1801 war broke out between the United States and Tripolitania. Why Tripolitania, a Mediterranean semi-independent nation tributary to the Ottoman Empire, you'd ask? The trouble was that in those years, pirates sailing from the Barbary coast, modern-day Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya, operated freely against merchant ships in the Mediterranean, and the unprotected US vessels were terribly vulnerable. So, newly elected President Jefferson ordered the building of 6 new model frigates and immediately sent them to the Mediterranean, while Yusuf Karamanli, the Pasha of Tripoli, demanded a tribute to stop his piracy acts. The trouble was that this was the first truly long-range expedition by US forces in an area where no bases were available. A no-location agreement with the Swedish squadron was rapidly reached, but the ships would be moored in Gibraltar, near British Royal Navy ships, by the way, and the captains had to operate in a totally unknown environment. In order to prepare for a proposed landing on the coast, it was even necessary to rent some barges from the Kingdom of Naples. All of this happened straight in the middle of the Napoleonic Wars, leading to a prolonged conflict from 1801 to 1805. The first actions to protect the merchant routes were not really successful. USS Philadelphia ran aground while on patrol, was captured by the Pasha's forces and transformed into a fixed coastal battery anchored in the port of Tripoli. An attempt to use a captured vessel as a fire ship against the enemy ships in the harbor or Tripoli itself failed, leading to the death of Captain Richard Somers and his brave maniple of volunteers. But turning point was actually reached by the US Marines. Captain Decatur and the US Marines actually managed to board the Philadelphia by night and set it aflame, while in the east, other Marines, together with a few hundreds of mercenaries led by former Consul William Easton, marched from Alexandria through the city of Derna. Their plan was to reach Tripoli, depose Yusuf Karamanli, and install his brother Ahmed. So they obtained their first victory in that engagement. The war ended shortly after, with the United States paying a ransom, not a tribute, to free the American prisoners, and Yusuf renouncing to his demands in order to stay on the throne. Alright, it was not Tripoli, okay, but the shores of Derna did not sound right, and so this was later changed to be included in the Marines' hymn, since Derna really was the first victory of the newly formed corps in foreign soil. And so, The Shores of Tripoli is the title of today's game. A light card-driven game for 1 to 2 players that takes us back in this almost forgotten but crucial conflict. Crucial because as you will see playing each of the beautifully illustrated cards depicting daring military actions as well as cunning political and diplomatic actions, this game gives you a plausible rendition of the very first time the US had to operate as a global power. You will understand the need for a forward operating base in a remote portion of the world to obtain a believable projectile power, when even an overwhelming direct military force can fail if backed just by unreliable allies or precarious support structures. Gameplay is fast and dynamic. The two factions are rarely asymmetric and always unpredictable. Components are very good and evocative. The rulebook also contains a very manageable solitaire mode, and in short, this game really surprised me. And now I'm waiting for its sequel, the Wholesome Montezuma, of course. So that's it for this time. See you on the next battlefield. Ciao!
Best Late Gunpowder War Game. In the Journal of Compass Games Paper Wars, Battle of the Alma. In the Victus magazine, Nashog Escalitz, 1866, Victories en Bohème. Red Flag over Paris, the rise and fall of the Paris Commune, 1871, and War of the Triple Alliance, La Guerre de la Triple Allianza, or La Guerra di la Triple Allianza. On that great channel from Indy Nidell, World War II, week by week. You can check out French-German armor in the USSR, also executed for telling a joke. I watched that one, October 30th, 1943, and the Ask Us Anything segment community live stream starting 9 p.m. Munich time. It's probably past, but hey. Watch Creature Features. I'm telling you, it's not all about war games all the time, though it is, but it's not. You can watch Creature Features presents The Vampire's Ghost. Huh? On KilRoyWasHere, the guy who doesn't have a video for me this week. He's on a tear. He's got 8 videos out this week. I should say 7 because one is redundant. Saladin by Shakos, an unboxing. Also, Cortez, Conquest of the Aztec Empire from Command Magazine. This is an unbagging. And Pa. I don't know what Pa is, but that's what he writes. Also, All Manner of Evil from Colossus Games. What's he doing? He's unboxing a sci-fi fantasy Saturday Halloween special. Okay, it's Halloween. Give the guy a break. Also, my favorite segment here, Coffee with Kilroy, Brown Water Navy by Bruce Campbell. Brown Water Navy? Coffee? Whatever. On another Coffee with Kilroy segment, Lone Sherman, a solitaire war game by Mike Lambo. This guy is putting them out like it's no tomorrow. I don't know what that saying means. I have to check it out. What do you mean? He's putting them out like there's no tomorrow. Oh, I see. There's no tomorrow, so he's freaking out and he's putting everything out. Okay. Also, Border States by Shakos, an unboxing and brief overview, and Triple Top Secret unboxing. Spruance plus its expansions. I watched that one, plus the one with a Lone Sherman, plus Brown Water Navy. I watched this guy. And, man, it's about tanks. Best American Civil War Games. Atlanta Campaign. The Day Was Ours, the First Bull Run. Hood Strikes North, the Tennessee Campaign. American Civil War Operational Series, Our God Was My Shield. And Thunder at Dawn, the Battle of Wilson Creek. Everything. On ID Jester. Kurt, I hope you're doing good. The War Room with Lock and Load's David Heath and the OG Devin Heinel. Also Space Gamers 4X GMT. Space Empires, I should say. And Cthulhu Death May Die Season 1 and Season 2, plus Sunday Night Cthulhu Death May Die Scenario setup, and Pandemic Reign of Cthulhu, a Halloween special, and a live unboxing of Musket and Pike Duo Pack by GMT. And the man who looks like a vampire, Mark Felton, Dr. Mark Felton of Mark Felton Production has one video out. Rommel's Gold. Rommel's Gold. Real or rumored? I don't know, but I saw one of those pieces of gold, really, and it's incredible. All right? Plus, Rommel was the big chief commander of my grandfather's unit, the Bersaglieri 8th unit in Africa. Figure that out. On Legendary Tactics, that fantastic channel, a reboxing oath, Chronicles of Empire and Exile. Also, Jaws board game playthrough and a review of Jaws board game. And I saw Ben Hull play this with some other guys. I said this last week, and it looked like a lot of fun. Maybe it's just because Ben Hull was there. But anyways, expert interview, Fury of Dracula. Interview with Quincy, ... must be the designer, obviously. And 2 Russians. This is upcoming, should be happening now. Diplomacy, the 2 Russias. A strategy guide. All this on Legendary Tactics. On my favorite Frenchman's Fred Serval's channel, Homoluden, is a collection tour, a 4K subscriber special. Congratulations, Fred, on 4,000 subscribers. That's great.
This week on Seek Out and Play, we cover the special rules found in Orange Swan, a game by Vento Nuovo Games, which includes active monsoons, air range for Japanese, Commonwealth, and U.S. aircraft, U.S. Marines, the atomic bomb, Chinese Expedition Army and the Chinese Communist, rough terrain, straits, ocean zones, the Mekong jungle, and the Singapore Fortress. All this on Orange Swan Special Rules on Seek Out and Play YouTube channel. And I'll see you next Wednesday.
On Remember World War II with Rishi Sharma, the largest loss of troops at sea in the history of U.S. war. Some of these channels are a bit morose, if I do say so myself. But we live in a morose life, right? On Meandering Mike, a shellacking's worth of videos. 12 videos. Who is this guy? Don't forget to go on Meandering Mike's channel and subscribe. Support his channel by subscribing. And it helps us, guys. Come on, we're a family here. Do it. Do it for the family. Let's be sane here. So he's unboxing 8 games from Compass Sale. Guys got cash. Also, Maharaja, Mike's Man Cave, and food storage. Mike's Man Cave. What's he storing food for? What's he storing food for? Also, he continues with Maharaja, continues with the food storage thing. Guy's crazy. And I see he's got some corned beef there. I like corned beef. Also, he's unboxing and reboxing Andy and Abyss by Andy and Abyss. That's by Volko Runke, and continues a few videos, parts 2 and parts 3. Turn 10 to 13 here on Maharaja. This is an old Avalon Hill game, if I'm not mistaken. All this on Meandering Mike. Go and subscribe. Help the family. On the Sci-Fi channel, Dark Watchers, The Woman in Black, and Bigfoot, the Psychic Sasquatch. Come on. Don't you want to watch that? I mean, seriously. Best Napoleonic War Game. Coalition, The Napoleonic Wars, 1805 to 1815. La Bataille de Berlin, 1813. Vive l'Ampleur series. La Bataille de Hanau, October 30th to 31st, 1813. L'Armée d'Espagne, Napoleon Invades Spain, Peninsular War, Part 1. And Trois Jours de Gloire, 1805, Inve Victus.
Hi folks, it's Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness. Well, right now I'm in the main house, but I'm coming to you on Dan Pencaldi's show No Enemies Here on his weekly stream to let you know about my channel called, now currently, Meandering Mike. Channel used to be called Mike Anthony, but who can find that on YouTube when you search and there's dozens and dozens of pages of Mike Anthony's and you look for the channel and you can't find it? So I'm down on page 12 or something, right? So channel is now called Meandering Mike. I also have a new YouTube handle. They just instituted those. So you can find my channel by using youtube.com/@Meandering Mike's Man Cave. Yes, that's youtube.com/@ the symbol at Meandering Mike's Man Cave. Now there's no apostrophe in there. It's just all run together. Meandering Mike's Man Cave. But you can find the link that way. So what is my channel? Well, me, Meandering Mike, and my man cave. That's how I started doing videos on my man cave. All the space I had for games, unpacking them, trying to get organized. There's a whole bunch of those from a couple of months ago. You can go back and look at those if you are interested in seeing, what to do about games and game storage and how to handle all that. Well, there's, a ton of them, and I'm not done. I'm still working on getting organized and stuff, but those videos have slowed down. Lately, I've been doing gameplay videos. I started playing Maharaja from Avalon Hill, 1994. Currently up through turn 14. This last week, I've done about 5 videos, I guess, on it. I'm through turn 14. I had to do a 2-parter on one because I messed up the video in the middle. So besides those good old man cave video, we got gameplay videos. I've also done some unboxings. I did an unboxing on Legion War Games, Fire in the Mountain. I just did an unboxing on GMT's Andean Abyss. Why would I do such a old game like Andean Abyss, you might ask? Well, it's new to me. I've not yet played it. I just unboxed it. And I'm showcasing the storage trays that come from a company in Poland called cubeforme.com. That's cube, the number 4, and the me, cubeforme.com. Got storage trays, card trays, the pieces, and I show how I go ahead and reorganize that, put those into that stuff for a more organized storage that'll help, set up once you get into the game. So there are all sorts of different shapes and sizes of those trays on their website. They talk about different games, how they suggest doing them, and you can get these sets, and sometimes they're on sale. So I highly recommend that. Go check out cubeforme.com. I'm not getting any money out of this. I just like the product, so you can go check that out. And I also did an unboxing of 8 games that I bought in the Compass game sale. That's a big load. I do not open all 8 games, so it's not an 8-game unboxing, but it's an unboxing of 8 games. And then I open one of them. I open St. Lo, which is something that Compass Games distributes. It's not actually their own published title, but you can take a look at those. And just recently, I've done some public service announcements on preparation and food preparation. I did this because of after Hurricane Ian, I thought, people need to be more prepared. It's good to be ready for an emergency. And I used to be a Boy Scout. I used to do some prepping stuff. Not a doomsday prepper. Just an average person trying to be ready, to be safe, make sure you have enough food for your family. And so I've got a number of food storage, thoughts on food, and what kind of things you can store, and the importance of storing food that you eat and eating the food that you store. That's sort of the main tenets of food storage. So if you like that kind of thing, go ahead and check that out too. So most of you guys are all there for the war games, and there's going to be more and more war games. I'm going to keep up with Maharaja. I'm going to finish off real quick. I'm playing Maharaja as part of my 10 games for the year for the war game crew. Many of you are familiar with them. They stream on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Time. That's usually on ID Gesture's channel, sometimes on Tony's Board Life, and sometimes on Rough Swordsman Board Game. There are the 3 gentlemen that host the War Room. So I'll give them a shout out to them. And if you're not familiar with them, by all means, check out their channels. So after I finish Maharaja, I'll be upcoming doing probably one of my next games on the list will be GMT's Genesis. I'll play a game of the Hittites versus the Egyptians, I think. That'll be next coming up. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I'll be posting the rest of the list of my games that I need to play for the remainder of the year, and I'll let my subscribers on YouTube decide, like, well, which one do they want to see next? Of the games that I have left to go, which ones do you want to see next? So I'll be posting that. I have done giveaways so far on my channel. There's one that's still active. If you hunt through my list of videos, look for the one from like about a month ago with the little stuffed plushy dude on the front. All you have to do is figure out who that character is, where he comes from, where does he live, basically, and you can win a free game. You don't win the plushie, you don't live the stuffed dude, but you can win a free game. And I'm also gonna be giving one probably this tomorrow. By the time you see this, I'll probably have another video up for a giveaway, and I'm almost up to 100 subscribers. So I'll do no. I might just start by just having 2 free games listed. It'll be a giveaway based on, you know, people who subscribe to my channel and, you know, comment on that video, and then I'll have a certain amount of time and do a giveaway of a game or 2 or 3. Until then, I'm going to say ciao. Don't forget the other video with the little plushy dude. Go hunt him down and find him. It's not that hard. Some of you guys have some good Google foo, and you could figure out who he is with not much problem, I'm sure. Just have to do a little research, maybe a little image search on the web. So I am going to say good evening, ciao, and back to you, Dan, on No Enemies Here. Bye, y'all.
My Own Worst Enemy has 2 videos out. A gameplay on CSA, American Civil War Turn 1, and Hill of Death, Champion Hill unboxing. Hill of Death, isn't that a Herman Lutman game? Because Herman was talking about it. And we had Herman on everything you wanted to know about war games but were afraid to ask, but not this week, last week. Lots of fun, that segment. On History Hustle, why were so many Dutch Jews deported in World War II? Talking about Moros. Geek Gamers, GG of the Geek Gamers, has 2 videos of Micro Chapbook RPG card game and D100 Space, a solo adventure space game. Mo of Mo's Game Table has 1 video out this week. The War, the Pacific, 1941 to 1945 from Compass Games. This is a preview. And on Dad versus Son, I mean, you could spend your whole life just watching this channel, I swear to God, and have no time left to do anything because he's got so many videos out. He's got 12 videos out this week, all on combat, and Dad's dodgy dozen. And it seems that my character, Sergeant Dan Pancaldi, fell in combat. Seriously? Now what? What am I gonna watch now? God's sake. 6 Actual. Thanks for the email. And yes, 6 Actual. 6 Actual is putting out a game, and we shall be doing an interview with that person. Man. Got it. Zero Liter, an unboxing. This is a game by DVG, and it seems to be getting a lot of press these days as someone else is doing it. I don't know if it's the Oaken Night, but anyways. So on 6 Actual, Zero Liter, an unboxing. Marco Omni Gamer, Quartermaster General 1914 review. He seems to like this, and so does Herman Latman. I think that's his favorite iteration of that series on Marco Omni Gamer. The Chief in Bonding with Board Games and RPGs has 2 videos. Another hand tag, top 5 games played during the pestilence, but I think this is a redundant for last week. And Shamanic Clinician, number 2 Vice, part 1 with the Chief. Okay, what's going on? He's getting all, say, 1960s on me.
Hi, this is Greg from Pico Armor. Jack, John, and I were discussing ideas on how to get new players into the hobby, especially younger players. We thought it should be an introductory game that would be visually appealing. From this, 3D Panzer Blitz was born. We enlarged a Panzer Blitz map to 4 foot by 8 foot. Then we created the counters using our Odseal Osmi 3mm World War II miniatures. The hills were 3D printed, painted, and grassed. We kept the wood hexes simple using felt and lichen. The town buildings are mounted on a 3D base. We modified a scenario found on the Imaginative Strategist website to keep the game playable as an introduction to Panzer Blitz, using just the basic rules with a few modifications. We will be taking the game on the road to conventions and hobby stores with gaming areas. If you are interested in having us come to a con or hobby shop near you, send us a note. We will see if we can set something up. We are tentatively planning on running the game at Adepticon, Origins, and Historicon in 2023.
Best World War I era war game. Invictus, 1914. Führer à l'Est. Decisive Victory, 1918. Soissons, July 18th, 23rd. The Great War, World War I, 1914-1918. Empire at Sunrise, The Great War in Asia, 1914. And Trench Club.
Black Chain.
On Drive-Thru Games, Star Wars, The Clone Wars review. Check it out. Lots of subscribers. As I said, he didn't get there without having friends. So our friends here that are being showcased, subscribe. Just press the button, for God's sake, man. It ain't gonna hurt, you know what I mean? Nudge la maran. On Hexed Encounters, 3 videos this week. Tiger Leader, 2nd edition playthrough with all the expansions. This is a lengthy video of an hour and a half. Also, Sherman Leader, playthrough with all the expansions. 2 videos of approximately 1 hour and a half each. Good entertainment there for your money, which your money is pressing that subscribe button on Hexed Encounters. Yeah. Just do it. Crossfire Rules review with the 2 gentlemen of Little Wars TV. Like that channel. World War II Solitaire board game channel has 8 videos out this week. An unboxing of V Sabotage Ghost by Triton Noir. It's in Montreal. I'm still waiting for my Kickstarter thingy, and I think it's been a year and a half. I was gonna give him a call, but there was an update. It's fine. And The Hunters, a C3I expansion, episode 6. This is a playthrough of Gregory M. Smith's game and a playthrough of Patton's Best, episode 18. V Sabotage expansion's miniature pack, an unboxing. Also does B17 Queen of the Skies, episode 4. This guy's doing them all. And Patton's Best, episode 19, a playthrough, a continuation. Love that game. Plus, David Thompson's Sniper Elite, the board game, an unboxing, and back to The Hunter C3I expansion, episode number 7. And he's with Type Submarine UA. If you don't know what I'm saying, play the game, you'll know. On Rough Swordsman Wargamer, that cuddly koala, but he's not Australian, so he's a cuddly fish and chips. Open the bag, GMT's Battle for the Shenandoah, an expansion for Death Valley. This is a design series by Richard Berg, and this game is designed by Greg Laubach. On the Oaken Night, the PBS of Wargamers, Shiloh, April 6th, playthrough part 1. This is a game by Worthington Publishing. A lot of good games on Worthington. In the Gamer's Closet, 3 videos this week. Zombies! Review and how to play. Remember it was Halloween? Also, Siege, review and how to play. This is an old Milton Bradley game. Plus, Don't Go to Jail, review and how to play. It's gotta be a Monopoly themed something. Don't go to jail. On the Tank Museum, 2 videos this week. Tank Chat number 167, French Panhard EBR, the Tank Museum, and Merry Christmas from the Tank Museum, Christmas 2022. Merry Christmas. We're in November. God, Christmas is like a month away. Get ready, people. Diagonal Move has 1 video, Old School Tactical Volume 1, a print and play component overview. That's interesting. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna check out that video. And that's all. George Hiotis, Tikanis George, Advanced Squad Leader Tips and Tactics. Do mind your sniper. So this is everything squad leaders. This is a short video about snipers. Quick rules overview and play example. And he says, his apology for the French national anthem. There's sound difficulties. Bye, George. Don't worry about it. What is it? Faristo. Zilla Blitz in the truck with you on a special Halloween event. You get it, haul, because he's driving the truck, he's hauling stuff. Guy's a genius. American Truck Simulator Career, episode 69, the Halloween event. That guy. It's an 18-minute video. It should be fun. On Patrick's Tactics and Tutorials, Command and Colors Ancient 609 Orpae. That's what I'm saying. So this is the Command and Colors Ancients Expansion number 6, the Spartan Army. As one of my tobaccos just popping. That's too cool. On Patrick's Tactics and Tutorials. On everything ASL, like George Hiotis is doing so far, these guys have been consistent throughout the years. Illuminating Rounds, episode 77, second crack at Como. So this is, they're looking at the semifinals of the IR tournament playing April 32? No, AP 32, along with a quick recap of his trip to Alpenfestung. All this on Illuminating Round. Best World War II era war game, Absolute War, Atlantic Chase, Conquest and Consequence, Panzer's Last Stand, The Third Winter, The Battle for Ukraine, September 1943 to April 1944, and Zero League, the World War II Pacific Theater Solitaire war game.
Hello everyone, this is Misha Leviathan-Sorbet from the Polish YouTube channel Wojennik TV. Here is a quick roundup of the content published on my channel during the last 2 weeks, because last week I was absent. But this absence was not without a reason, because I went to the biggest Polish wargaming convention in Poland, ARDWULF 2022. So this was a very interesting convention during which we had tons of interesting plays, during which we played a lot of interesting war games. We have exchanged ideas. We had the opportunity to meet in person, because some of us had not had this opportunity before. So this was an extremely interesting weekend, and I'm very glad that I took part in this event. But returning to what I released on my channel during the last 14 days. 2 weeks ago on Sunday I released a playthrough of Raider 16, and the same applies to last weekend, because I released the second part of this playthrough. Raider 16 is a print and play game designed in 2011 for a contest on Board Game Geek, and this game won this contest. It was the best print and play war game designed in 2011. This is a game by Bruce Mansfield. This is still a print and play project, because this game was released as a print and play game, so web published. Then it was taken by one of the companies. It was meant to be published, but we have 2022 and it is still not released. I do not know if this project will be finally finalized. But this game is a little gem. This is a solitaire game in which we take control of one of the German merchant riders of World War II, and we try to sink or seize the most possible number of enemy vessels, trying to avoid the Royal Navy at the same time. Extremely enjoyable. I like this game a lot. Last week I released also a very long unboxing, or rather a presentation of a prototype of a Polish game called In Force to Heaven. Czwórkami do nieba. This is a game covering the Polish campaign from 1939. This is a game for 2 players in which one of the players will take control of the Polish forces, the second one will be controlling the Wehrmacht forces, trying to take control of Poland. A game which is a big game, quite complicated one, a project which is still developed by Grzegorz Kuryłowicz, who sent me a prototype version of this game in order to show it to you. I will also release other videos concerning this game in some time, but now the unboxing is here. You can take a look at how this game looks. Then last Tuesday I released a short video in which I explained a little bit what Agro War, so the Polish convention, is and how it looked like during this year's convention. I presented some of the photos, short videos of how we spent time during the last week playing war games. Finally, on Thursday, I released a Polish review, and this was the review of La Belle Époque, released by Aleph Game Studio. This was one of the games which was very heavily played during this year's Agro War. This is a game covering the so-called La Belle Époque period, in which the major powers didn't fight open battles, open wars against each other, but they had a big rivalry in terms of diplomatic attacks, diplomatic expansion, trying to seize control of the last territories which weren't controlled by the major countries at that time. A game with political expansion, with a diplomatic layer, a game in which the 4 major powers try to seize control of the territories in Africa and in Asia, at the same time trying to overwhelm their enemies with prestige. So this is a very interesting game, and I really enjoyed it a lot. I presented the Polish review of this game during the last review spot. And those were the 4 videos which I released on Wojennik TV during the last 14 days. As always, I wish you an excellent weekend, have a great gaming, and see you next time.
Best modern era war game. Straight to Hell 1985, Sacred Oil. The Nice Falkland Days Are Over, The Dogs of War. Indian Ocean Region, South China Seas, Volume 2. And NATO, The Cold War Goes Hot. You won't believe it, but at 58 years old, I bought my first, get ready for this, are you ready? My first pellet gun. I'm Canadian, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's a handgun. It's a Crossman. And it's a 22 caliber pellet. So, what we're gonna do tonight, my wife and I, we're gonna have a scotch with a campfire, and I bought some of those Easy Viz targets. When you shoot them, they turn red or orange or whatever. I'm telling you, man, it's the cutest thing. You know, yeah, sure. The American guys, you can buy 45s and 50 calibers and whatever, you know, a Gatling gun, for God's sakes. Excuse me. But let me tell you something. It's my first pellet gun. It's my first gun. I'm 58 years old. It's a pellet gun. And I gotta be safe with it, man. It's got a safety thing. It's a CO2 powered. 460 feet per second? Holy moly! Watch out! Anyways, Castle Archon has 2 videos out. A free RPG adventure, Awakening the Ogre. Plus, get a printed version of my TFT adventures. TFT. There's so many acronyms I wish I knew, but I can't. That's why you come here to get the news. On Cataclysm Now, 3 videos. Kursk, 1943, but Taktia I Strategia. This is a Polish company. I spoke to the guy, very nice guy. He makes a poop load of games, man, and his covers are incredible. I forget his name. Wojennik something. Anyways, 5 great mechanisms in war games. And another video called Maki, a World War II solitaire game. I wanted to get my hands on that game. I've got to print and play one. But you know, I want the box. What can I tell you? I want it. On Simple History, 3 videos. SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics. See, I didn't know that was the acronym for that. Whatever you want to call it. But there's a video on that, and also Paranormal Encounters from World War II. Wow. And Men and Boys of Valor, Series number 3. All this on the 5.5 million subscriber channel. Don't forget, subscribe to our guys, our family. You know, family first. Crying out loud. Best science fiction or fantasy war game. A Billion Suns, Interstellar Fleet Battles. 5 Parsecs from Home. Oath, Chronicles of Empire and Exile. And World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King. On Big Board Gaming, GDW Alma, learning on the fly, a quick overview on Big Board Gaming. Mike Lambo's channel. Sorry, this is not Mike Lambo. This is Combat Board Games, who's doing a Mike Lambo game called Lone Sherman, which I'm gonna get. I just have to get it. It's Sherman. It's a tank. Who doesn't like tanks? And Mike Lambo takes more of my money with Lone Sherman. You see? You see? Bloody Mike Lambo. On Juste Garde, Napoleon at Leipzig, Grand Campaign Finale, Hanau, OSG/TLNB. Well, Juste Garde, you're gonna have to send me a comment on OSG, Operational Strategic Game. 10 little noobs boobs. I don't know. You gotta send it to me. Tell me what that means. Mike Lambo Solitaire book games. This guy's, man, nailing it out of the park. He's batting 1,000. Lone Sherman instructional playthrough video plus a Lone Sherman quick look. Playthrough of Victory in the Pacific at Nerd Workshop. An old Avalon Hill game, turn number 6. He says in this series of videos, he is going to show you how to play one of his favorite games from Avalon Hill, Victory in the Pacific. So in this video, he shows you how to play as we move through turn 4. Christopher Prest, my paisan from down south. 8 videos. We don't mess around, us Canadians, right? My first pellet gun. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos on Der Weltkrieg and 1 on Gorliss Tarnow, Sun Tzu, the German, and the Ken, the perfect trio. And I bet you that's still Weltkrieg. Go on, Christopher, Weltkrieg us. On Smart Wargames, 12 videos. Starship, the M60A2 Starship in action, combat mission, the Cold War, Battle of Moscow, Panzer Prey, Erosia on Steam, meet the T-26, El Alamein, Berlin 1945, On the Edge of Glory, Red Hammer, Barbarossa mode, Combat Mission, modding new discoveries, Flakturm, the Flak Tower, and Blazing Chariot Operation Crusader, and last but not least, Italian soldiers on the Eastern Front, Italy mod, Combat Mission, Red Thunder, all on Smart War Games. And here we have Storm of Steel Wargaming, Blood and Valor, Wargame Rules Overview. Hey? What is it, Blood and Valor? No, it was another game called Valor. But, anyways, check out the channel and sub to the guy. Okay? And that's all. Bill Thornton! 4 videos out. Brothers at War, 1862, an unboxing. Also, Orlando, controller gets relieved at end. Or relieved. It's gotta know it's relieved. Sorry, I can't see. Blind. Instead of a trucking game, it's an airplane game. Talking about trucking games, American Truck Simulator number 5 Halloween event. Him and Zilla Blitz. And Inside Blitz Football, 4th quarter, Cincinnati at Buffalo. Come on, Buffalo. On War Stories. 3 videos out, The Human Cost of the Western Front, The Great War in Numbers, full series. Also, The Deadly Weapons of World War II, Shadow War, Secrets of War, and The Great War Cemeteries of the Western Front. Holy cow. This is, it's a tour. And yeah, you can take these tours and you do the World War II tour in Europe. I mean, it ain't cheap because you're traveling a lot, but God, I'd love to do that. On the Dusted Game Shelf, October Waffle and Glamping or Clamping. Viking Boat Dungeons & Dragon version by BP Laser and Keelboat version for Dungeons & Dragon. All this on the Dusted Game Shelf. U-Boater 658. Excuse me. 4 videos out. Stalin's World War III unboxing. Stalin. Look at the other idiot. Anyways. Operational series games, I guess. Napoleon invades Spain. La Coruna. 5 p.m. the French turn. Same thing, but the British turn. In another video. And Compass Games Fatal Alliances unboxing. Dave of Dave's Gaming Cave has 2 videos out. Point Blank V is for Victory, Teeth Meet Teeth, Turn 3, and Fields of Fire Bulge campaign, mission number 1, turn 1. This is a Ben Hall Fields of Fire game expansion, which I will get. Best solitaire or cooperative war game. Atlantic Chase. In Against the Odds, Rome, Inc. Soldiers in Postman's Uniform, Tarawa, 1943. And Zero Leader, the World War II Pacific Theater Solitaire War Game. On the Board Game Chronicles, Great Battles of Julius Caesar, Lutetia, 52 BC Part 1, and first look at Fields of Fire Battle of the Bulls. Here we go! Here we go. Choose your channel. Choose your favorite reviewer, watch it, have a great time. That's what life is all about, having a great time. On that great channel that is Kings and Generals, 3 videos this week. Kingdom of Armenia, Between Rome and Parthia, Ancient History, a documentary. Also, How the Ottoman Took Over Western Anatolia, Medieval History, documentary again, and the Battle of Ovigorari. That's a new one for me, on the Pacific War number 50 documentary. On the great channel that is Kings and Generals. Hex to Hex, 3 videos out, 2 of them on Antietam, a re-intro and part 1, and a combat sample. Also, Asian Court, the finale. Respect, Jim Ozarski. Only 2 videos this week? Come on, Jimmy. Huh? What the hey? Probe at Bas de Mouen, Part 2 for Chain of Command, and Operation Neptune for Rommel. On the channel that is Jim Ozarski. Wise Guy History has one video, and it's the Anzac landing, the final report. I think Wise Guy is a koala. No, that would be New Zealand. I think Wise Guy is a spider. Because I don't know what to say. What's an Aussie? What do you call an Aussie? An Aussie. But I'm just saying, and I hope it's not, I'm hoping I'm not being unkind here by calling an Australian an Aussie. If I am, please let me know, and I will cut it out. Yeah. Ranting. The man who goes by the name of Jeff has 3 videos out, all on the ISS Vanguard playthrough parts 23 through 25. Tony of Tony's Board Life, 2 videos out. Heroes of the Bitter Harvest turns 4 and 5, an urban renewal of Heroes of the Bitter Harvest with Devin Heinel on the cover, and it's a game by Lock and Load Publishing, soon to be out. All this on Tony's Board Life. Isn't life great? I swear to God, life. Timmy has finally gone off the rails. Timmy of Harebrained Games, 2 videos on 13 seconds of Halloween. Yeah, and he looks like a big straight Barney or a skinny Barney. And Harebrained Games reviews G.I. Joe deck building game. You know, I think Herman Lutman was saying that he really enjoyed that game. I don't know if it's a legacy series, these games, but it's a G.I. Joe deck building game, and he had a great time. A great time playing it, that is. And on Watch It Played, these retro board games are suddenly back. Board game news. Hey, Axis and Allies, Robo Rally. Herman said that's his favorite all-time game. Diplomacy and Squad Leader. Maybe from retro. What's the company? Renegade Games, I think, bought this or bought the license to that from Hasbro, and I want to be in touch with these guys, and hopefully I can persuade them to look at certain old Avalon Hill titles to reprint, you know, something like Patton's Best. But anyways, all this on Watch It Played. Jan Heinemann, let's play history. 3 videos out. Der Offenbrand Manor Lords. And also, I'm trying in German, I'm trying. Es lauten die Glocken am Dorfplatz. So hell. Sounds English to me. And gehegt und gefällt bis ihr etwas einsteht. I'm sorry, Jan. You know what? I'm actually thinking of taking German because I don't think I'm gonna have a hard time with it once I learn. Not just reading like that live. You know what I'm saying, Jan? The Hugh Hefner of War Games Wordy Road plays World War II, 4 videos out. Heroes of Normandy, Hobart's Funnies, Gazette number 2. And It Never Snows, turn 12 after action report, turn 14 after action report of the same game, and end of campaign thoughts, It Never Snows. All this on the Hugh Hefner of War Games. Riccardo Mazzini, 1 video this week. I think he's on, he's at a con, you know what I'm saying? Give the guy a break, yeah? So the professor has a mini warlog against the odds battle for the Golan Heights, and this in the language of the Hinglish. Riccardo Mazzini. The Cop, that is Wayne Hansen. And his Let's Play segment is playing Lanzerth Ridge, Battle of the Bulge, Solitaire. A game by David Thompson, published by DVG. Gotta love that guy, David Thompson. AJ Toyenby, Jason Cruz of Hexes and Soldiers. 2 videos out. Happy birthday to this channel. Really? Well, happy birthday there, Jason. With 1.26k subscribers, good for you. And Shelves and the Table. Only Jason can make an exciting video such mundaneable in terms of titles. Mundaneable. Best Magazine War Game. World at War. Strategy and Tactics. Against the Odds. Against the Odds. And Modern War. And what we got here, Mauro Faina with il Gianni 03 videos out looking at Almoravi, the game by Volko Runke. Cody of the Discriminating Gamer has 2 videos out. One, he's looking stunned as the mighty Napoleon, looking at Napoleon 1806 by Shakos, if I'm not mistaken, and Star Trek Ascendancy, the Breen Confederacy. The man famously known as Calandale, Enrico Viglino, has but 1 video this week. Time of Wars 1B on Calandale. The gentlemen of the Player's Aid have 2 videos this week. They are unboxing Siege of Mantua from HOLLANDSPIELE and solo playthrough of The Knight from White Dog Games. The Knight. You sure it's called The Knight? Or Knight of Man? Huh? That looks like Alexander's hand. Aye, that manage. Anyways. Best War Game Map Graphics. Bayonets and Tomahawks. The Deadly Woods. Hood Strikes North. NATO, The Cold War Goes Hot. And Panzer's Last Stand. And on my paisan from the south, Gilbert Collins, Admiral's War, World War II at Sea from Canvas Temple Publishing. I have the Canvas Temple Publishing. The latest one they had kickstarted. It's a Gary Graber game, and it is Stalingrad Solitaire. It doesn't look too hard, and it's a point-to-point solitaire game. And we have here GIMPY of the GIMPY Gamer has 1 video this week. War in the East 2, a dummy plays War in the East 2, turn 1. He's, how do you say, he denigrates himself. Nice guy, GIMPY. And with that said, here goes! Best Computer War Game. Combat Mission Cold War. Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. War in the East 2. Best War Game Review or Analysis Site. Big Board Gaming. KilRoyWasHere. Moe's Game Table. And The Player's Aid. Another week, another show. This one was kind of special. It's, my God, almost 2 hours long. That's because of the inserts and all that. I hope you had a good show. I hope it gave you a bit of a boost for the CSRs. We have a new website. I'm talking about the CSRs have a new website. Easier to vote. You vote on the website. Click, 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 submit. Done. It should be easier. There might be some bugs because we're just doing it right now, but it'll be fixed. When I say ASAP, trust me, I know the guy who's doing the website, and he better freaking fix it. You know what I'm saying? Super guy. Love him. I love him. So please, I should say firstly, thank you for watching this. It's impressive that people watch this, and what it does is it actually fuels me to do more. You know, that's so nice of you. So nice of you. Please like and subscribe. You can donate to Patreon. Also, don't forget, be nice. We're all a big family. We're all in this together. It all ends in a tie, man. It all ends in a tie. Let's put that in our miserable heads. Let's have fun. Like I said, I got my first pellet gun. I'm gonna have a Scotch fire. What am I trying to say? Campfire and doot doot doot. It's a one shot too, but I can buy a grav mag. It's called a gravity mag, so it loads the pellets in 9 pellets at a time. But one shot, it's got the bolt action. Hey, it's fun, all right? No one's gonna get hurt, hopefully, and we're gonna have a good time. So this was another week, another show. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. Hi, this is an addendum. Look, the CSR new website, Facebook, Twitter, and all kinds is up. But, excuse me, I'm going to have the link to the CSR website for now because I just got back from work and I'm all messed up and whatever. And I'm going to put the link in the description below. So click on it, check it out, give us some comments. Please, please, please give us some comments. That's the only way we can grow. Is it good? Is there some criticism? You know what I'm saying, criticism? You take it like a grain of salt. I don't know what that means, but anyways. So, check out the link. The ballots should be up, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm known to be in error sometimes. So, check it out, and what did they say? And as is.